What's up, y'all? It's your girl Abby, aka OX Vibes, here with her first story time. And y'all, this is a story time about my worst sneaky link ever, y'all. And when I tell y'all I take the cake for worst sneaky links, y'all, I take the cake for worst sneaky links, y'all. So if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. And let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so boom, y'all. So in order for my story time to make sense, y'all, I gotta give y'all a little backstory, right? So boom, I met this boy around my freshman year of high school, right? So we're gonna call him Dre, y'all, because he had dreads. So me and Dre met off of my other friend that was fooling with his homeboy, right? So that's how me and him ended up meeting, because she ended up putting me on to him, this and the third, right? Now keep in mind, me and Dre did not go to the same school, none of that, right? So we never really seen each other except for one time, y'all. We seen each other one time because his dad lived in my neighborhood. So one day we ended up linking, y'all. We were just chilling, cool. Like we were cool, no bad vibes or whatever, right? So we're gonna fast forward to April, y'all. April of this year, right? So keep in mind, after my freshman year, y'all, as the first time we linked, we never spoke again after that. Like we would say hey, hi, da da da, but other than that, it was never on no like relationship, none of that, right? So boom, one day he found me on Instagram, y'all, and he DM'd me on Instagram, and he's like, what's up, Abby, this and that, how you doing, da da da, do you remember me, da da da? And I'm like, yeah, I remember you, da 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 da, like, yeah, we went to school together, like, we linked, da 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 da, like, it was just like basically just a little bit, we were just communicating back and forth, basically. Okay, so he used to press me all the time about linking, y'all. Like, he used to tell me, like, Abby, when am I gonna see you? When I'm gonna see you? When I'm gonna see you? When I'm gonna see you, y'all. And I used to blow him off all the time, y'all. I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna see you, or like, I'm busy this day, or I have something going on this day, this and that, third. Yeah, I just used to always blow him off about linking, right? So boom, y'all, it came to one day I was at my homegirl's house, right? My homegirl lives in the same area that he lives. I don't live in the same area as they do. So I went to my homegirl's house, right? And he happened to text me that day saying like, oh, Abby, like, bro, come see me today, da da da, this, that, and the third. I was like, you know what? All right, I'll come see you, because I was already in that area. I'll come see you. And he was like, can you spend the night? And I was like, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna go spend the night, right? I pull up at his house. First quarter, he lives in the hood. Y'all, house looks crazy. I mean, house looks the fuck crazy. Neighborhood looks crazy, you feel me? So I'm already having in my head how I kind of pictured the inside of the house to look. But again, y'all, because I know hella people that live in the hood that outside of the house looking crazy, but inside of the house is nice. So boom, I pull up in front of his house or whatever. He sees me. He's like, oh, what's up? Da, 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 da. He gives me a hug. I give him a hug. We catching up like in a driveway or whatever, right? So he was like, are you ready to come inside? So I'm like, all right, cool. So before we even went inside, y'all, we went into his little patio area and we sat down and we were just chilling. We were just talking, catching up on life, right? So boom, first quarter, we're going back and forth. And he asked me like, why didn't I move out of the area, y'all? Because I used to live over there, but I ended up moving. So he's like, why did you move out the area, da da da? And I'm telling him, oh, because my parents got divorced, so I don't live over here no more. My mom moved us into another area. So he was like, oh, really? Dang, no wonder I never seen you no more. And I'm like, yeah, I moved, da da da. And he was like, dang, that's crazy. And he was like, my mom and my dad got divorced too. So I'm like, oh, for real? Like, I didn't know that. Like, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, they got divorced, da 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 da. And then we started coming up, I don't know how we got on the topic of children. So boom, we ended up getting on the topic of children. And I was saying like, yeah, my dad has another kid. He just had another kid. And he's like, yeah, oh my gosh, really? Like, my dad had 2 kids on this. Like, that's crazy, da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, I don't really like my stepmom. And he was like, bro, I hate my stepmom, this and the third. And I'm like, boy, like, not you trying to like one up me on daddy issues. Like, I'm saying, it's like everything I said, he's trying to one up me. I said, oh, boom, my dad had 1 kid. He was like, oh, my dad had 2 kids. And then I would say like, oh, I don't like my stepmom or something like that. He was like, bro, I hate my stepmom. Like, boy, not you trying to like, trying to one up me on daddy issues. Like, whatever, be on the point, right? So after we had that conversation, right, I was just like, baby, I want to go home, right? I just like, it was just, the conversation was already just weird, and I just had it in my head like, I just want to go home, right? So it was silent for a little moment, right? And after like, it was just silent for a moment, right? And he's like, oh, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? And he was like, my grandma. And I'm like, what about your grandma? Because this is his grandma's house, keep in mind. So he was like, my grandma. And I'm like, what about your grandma? Then he was like, I just have to let you know that my grandma is such a clean freak. My grandma is such a clean freak. She loves to clean. All she ever does is clean, 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 clean. So she goes like, she'll be in the living room cleaning, bathroom cleaning. She comes into my room trying to clean my room and wash my clothes. Like, dang, I'm a grown man. Like, why do you need to be washing my stuff? Da, 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 da. Like, all she ever does is clean, 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 clean. So when he's telling me that, I'm like, oh, so this house is gonna be spotless, baby. That's all I had in my head. Like, oh yeah, this house is gonna be real nice inside. You know what I'm saying? The outside might not look good, but the inside is gonna be clean. You know what I'm saying? Because you just told me that your grandma is a clean freak, right? So he was like, I have to tell you something else. So I'm like, what? And he was like, my room. And I'm like, what about your room? And he was like, my room is a work of art. So I'm like, a work of art? I was like, what you mean by that? He's talking about something. Oh, like my room is just a work of art. My room is not like other dudes' rooms. Like, I put a lot of thought and effort into my room, and I really love my room and enjoy my room. So I'm just letting you know, like, you have to be a certain type of person to enjoy, like, he was basically saying, like, you have to be a certain type of person to enjoy, like, the thought I put into my room. So I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking his room gonna be on some Picasso shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking his room is gonna be like giving what it's supposed to give, you know what I'm saying? So boom, he was like, you ready to go inside? So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go inside. Boom. So we walk in the door, right? First quarter, it smelled good. It smells good, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, it smell good, no roaches, you know what I'm saying? It looked good, you know what I'm saying? So I walk in, I'm looking at the living room, I'm like, okay, the living room giving what's supposed to give, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So we walk forward or whatever, right? And his room is in the back. So we start walking towards the back. I don't see nothing like wrong with the house so far, right? So boom, y'all, we go into his room. This man opens the door, right? He opens the door, first quarter. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bitch? Is this what you was talking about when you said Picasso, babe? Y'all, when I tell y'all, his room just had pure bullshit everywhere, y'all. I mean, like, he had like a mask, y'all. He had like a Halloween mask hanging up on his wall. He had pictures everywhere, y'all. A bunch of like magazine pictures and stuff like that. His room was just basically a hot mess, y'all. It smelled, first of all, first quarter, it smelled musty as fuck in there. It smelled musty as fuck. And his wall, which he just had too much shit going on, y'all. He had so much going on in his room, right? So I'm walking in and I'm like, oh, like, y'all, I'm clutching my purse, like, oh, this is what you meant when you said that your room was artsy? This is what you meant? And he was like, yeah, you like it, like you digging it? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Y'all, clutching my purse like this, y'all. I'm like, I love it. I love it. So he's like, yeah, I put a lot of work into this, right? So yeah, I didn't know where to sit. Cause I'm telling you, it was too much going on, right? So I'm holding my bag. And he was like, yeah, you can sit down on the couch or whatever, right? He had this little like couch. He's like, you can sit down on the couch. So I'm sitting on the couch, like, I mean, the tip of my booty on the couch. I'm like, oh. So y'all, I'm sitting down. He's weird talking or whatever, right? So I'm just looking around because y'all, it was so much shit. So I'm looking around, just looking around, y'all, and boom, right? Not me at the corner of my eye seeing a roach, y'all. I turn and see the goddamn roach. I'm like, oh, he got roaches. So I'm like, okay, baby, like, I'm gonna just bypass that roach, y'all, because it was a little ass roach. And I'm the type of person, y'all, you can't tell someone in their house that they got roaches, y'all. It's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You can't go up to someone like, oh my God, it's a roach, because they gonna feel, I feel like people be feeling tried when you point out their roaches, right? So I didn't even point out the roach, right? So the roach, I didn't even point out the roach. So I seen it and I'm just like, I'm mind my business. I'm mind my business, right? So then, y'all, why I turn again and I see a fat ass roach, y'all. I mean, this shit was giving New York roaches. It was damn near giving New York rat. How big that damn roach was, y'all. I was like, oh, you got more roaches. But I'm saying, like, when you see roaches like this, when y'all see roaches like that, y'all, it's their house. You feel me? Y'all get what I'm trying to get at? It's like, if you see the roaches comfortable to even be outside when the lights are on, is their house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing about your roaches. So I didn't tell him anything about his roaches. I know y'all like, bitch. So you still spent the night after you seen the roaches? Yes, y'all. I'm sorry, I did. So, boom. Keep in mind, y'all, I told y'all I was at my friend's house. I was at my friend's house damn near the whole entire day, y'all. So I'm that type of person, before I go to sleep, I have to take a shower. I have to take a shower, especially if I have been out all day. I have to take a shower. I cannot lay in bed comfortably without taking a shower. I don't care. Like, I'm just that type of person, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, can I take a shower really quick? I was just out with my friend, this, that, and the third. Can I take a shower? He was like, yeah, you can go ahead and take a shower, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, I have body wash or whatever, and I have deodorant and lotion. All I need is a rag and a towel. So he's like, okay, like, I'm gonna go get you those stuff. So he comes, right? He goes out the room and he comes back, right? He gives me 2 washcloths, right? And the washcloth had the biggest doodle stains. Y'all, it looked like one of those washcloths that you use to clean the tub with. Like, it looked like one of those washcloths that you used to like wipe the floor with or something like that. The washcloth was so fucking dirty, y'all. So I'm looking like, oh. He hands me the washcloth, y'all, and I'm holding the washcloth like this, like 2 fingers in the washcloth, I'm looking like this with the washcloth. And I'm like, I'm looking at the washcloth, and the washcloth is just dirty, y'all. So I'm like, okay, do you have a towel? So he was like, dang, I don't know if I have a towel. I don't know if I have a towel, right? So he goes to his closet, y'all. And I'm going to give y'all an example. So he goes to his closet, right? And he pulls off the towel on his closet, y'all. And the towel was stiff as fuck. I mean, bitch, stiff as fuck. Like, it really looked like a damn cum rag, y'all. The towel was so fucking stiff. So he grabs the towel off of the closet, y'all, and he turns and he hands me the towel. And I'm like, what are you doing with that? I'm like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, what are you doing with that? And he's talking about oh, here's a towel. And I'm like, is the towel clean? Because at that point, baby, you already tried me with the rag. So what you're not finna do is give me no dirty towel, baby, because I'm not using it. You feel me? So he hands me the towel, and I'm like, is the towel clean? He's like, oh, no, the towel ain't clean. So he's about to hand me a dirty towel. So what I'm getting is, you about to hand me a dirty towel. All right, I'm not using it if it's not clean. Then he was like, all right. So he puts the towel back. He was like, oh, I got you. So he goes running out the room, and he brings me another towel, but the towel has a tag on it. So I'm like, okay, I know this towel was clean. So I'm like, all right, thank you, appreciate it. So after he hands me a towel, I'm like, oh, where's your bathroom at? So I'll go ahead and take a shower. He's like, oh, the bathroom is right there. So he points me where the bathroom is. The bathroom is literally right around the corner from his room. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go into the bathroom, y'all, and this is when I should have known. I should have checked the bathroom before I even said I need to go take a shower, y'all. Y'all, I go into the fucking bathroom, y'all, and the bathroom is fucking filthy, y'all. The bathroom is so fucking nasty. It smells like shit in there, y'all. The bathroom was just nasty, y'all. So I go in, and I'm like, baby. I go in, and I'm like, So first quarter, I look into the tub, y'all. Because if your tub is dirty, baby, bitch, if your tub is dirty, anyways, y'all. So I pull back the curtain. First quarter, I see a window where the tub is at. And there's like I don't even know what to call that. It looked like a cut up t-shirt that they stapled to the wall. And it was just there trying to cover up the window, y'all. But it was like open. So after taking a shower, y'all, you could, if I was to sit in the bathroom, you could literally see me outside of the window, y'all. And the window is right in front of the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they had that little, like, I don't know if it was a t-shirt. I really don't know what that was, y'all. So I see it and I'm like, what is that, y'all? So I'm trying to take it because it was like pulled up. I guess it like breezing or something like that. I don't know, y'all. So it was pulled up, and I'm gonna insert pictures of that too. It was pulled up. I guess, to let some breeze in. I don't know, y'all. So it was pulled up. So I pulled it down and trying to like fluff it out so you couldn't see me, y'all. Windows wide open. I tried to pull the window down too, y'all. Window would not go down, y'all. Window was stuck. Window wouldn't go down. The rag or whatever that thing was, wasn't even covering the window, y'all. So I'm like, okay, what fucking ever, right? So at that point, I looked down, y'all, and I looked down at the tub, y'all. Tub dirty as fuck. And I'm gonna insert pictures of that too. Tub is dirty as fuck. Shower head dirty. I have a ring around the little drain part. Bathroom was just pure nasty, y'all. So I'm sitting in the bathroom, y'all, really contemplating on if I want to take a shower, y'all. And that's sad when I have to contemplate on if I want to take a shower and get a shower because the shower looked that nasty. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So I was just standing in the shower and I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm standing there like, dude, do I even want to take a shower at this point? Like, the shower is nasty, y'all. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower, y'all. So I get in the shower. I mean, y'all, I didn't even want the curtain to touch me, y'all. And it was bad to a point. I wore my sandals in the shower, y'all. I wear my sandals. I wear my sandals into the shower, y'all, just so my feet don't even touch the floor. That is sad. That's really sad, y'all. So I go in the shower, take my shower, y'all. I was in that shower for probably like 10 minutes, y'all. Dry my body off, put my clothes on, and I went on about my business, right? After I'm finished taking a shower, y'all, I go back into his room, right? And one thing I forgot, y'all, was a bonnet. Now, I had a wig on around that time. I asked him for a bonnet. I was like, do you have a bonnet or do you have a do-rag or something? Because, y'all, he has dreads. So I would assume that you at least have one or the other, a do-rag, a bonnet, a dome cap, whatever them things are, something. Like, I just wanted, like, if you had something for me, just tie up my hair. And he was like, nah, I don't think I have one, this and the third. I'm like, bro, you don't got nothing, no wrap, no nothing. He was like, let me go look, right? So he goes in his closet, right? And he finds a bandana, basically. He finds a bandana. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let me wrap my hair with it. He was like, no, let me do it. So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, right? So he comes and lays on the bed, but he lays with his like legs wide open, and he's like, come lay in between my legs. So I'm like, okay. So I come and I like sit and I lay in between his legs, and he was like, relax, lay back, right? So basically what he's wanting me to do is lay back onto his chest, y'all. But keep in mind, baby, I can't lay on your chest if you got all that damn belly in the way, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against big niggas, cause I like me a big nigga, okay? I like me a big nigga. So he was like, oh, come lay on my, like, lay back. Basically, you told me, like, lay back. So I go and I lay back, y'all. And it's weird because now I have, like, a hunch in my back because his belly, obviously, is in the way. So I have a hunch in my back, y'all. And I'm laying like this. Like, I have to show y'all an example. But I'm laying back, right? And he's trying to wrap up my hair, y'all. Like, he's wrapping my hair and he's doing it too fucking tight. And I'm like, bro, just let me do it. He's like, no, let me do it. Let me just wrap your hair. So I'm like, okay. So he goes and he wraps my hair or whatever, right? So he was like, bro, like, lay back. Like, yeah, I was uncomfortable. Yeah, I was just really uncomfortable. So he's like, lay back. So I'm laying back, but I just couldn't comfortably lay back. So I'm laying back uncomfortable, right? So we're just sitting there and we're chilling or whatever, right? And he starts kind of like trying to like grab up on me. But yeah, I was in, baby. Your shower was dirty. You got roaches. Don't touch me. You feel me? Don't touch up on me. Don't do that. Because it's giving disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to like touch up on me. So at that point, y'all, it was around like 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. It's late. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, baby, I'm trying to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting off from on top of him and I laid on my side towards his face, right? So he's just rubbing up on me, this, and the third, or whatever, right? So I'm that type of person, I can't sleep face to face with someone. So I turned my back against him, right? And he was like, why are you laying like that? Why are you laying like that? And I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I laying like this? Like, bro, I'm tired. Let's go to sleep. So he was like, bro, why are you laying like that? Like, lay towards me. I want to talk to you, this, and the third. So I'm like, okay. So I turn and I lay towards him or whatever, right? We're having no conversation. So I turn back for like, what? Like, we're not having no conversation, baby. What am I laying towards you, looking at you? You know what I'm saying? So I turned back, like, towards my back. And he was like, all right, since you don't want to lay looking at me, I'm just going to move you. Y'all, he takes me. Keep in mind, we're side to side. Like, my back is against his front, right? So I turn and he grabs me, y'all, and he pulls my entire body over his body, y'all. Takes my entire body over his body and lays me on my other side. And I'm like, bro, what was the point of that? He was like, I just don't want you to go to sleep. I just don't want you to go to sleep because I never know when I'm going to have this opportunity again. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot for me to even have you here the first time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll ever have this opportunity again. So you're not going to sleep. You're not going to sleep. And I'm like, bruh, like you're doing the fucking most. It's 2 o'clock in the damn morning. I'm trying to go to sleep. You feel me? So he lays me on my side, right? And he does it again, y'all. He puts me over his body and he lays me on his side again. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, no, you're not going to sleep. I'm like, bro, all I want to do is go to sleep. He's like, you're not going to sleep. I'm like, dude, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this with you. I'm not going back and forth with you, baby. I'm not. So he does it, y'all. He just keeps doing it like over and over and over. And eventually, I was like, bro, you're getting on my nerves. Like, stop. He was like, okay, I just have a question for you. I'm like, what? He was like, so you're here now. And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, is this my opportunity to finally be with you? I'm like, huh? He was like, is this my opportunity to finally be with you? I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, bro, because you know, like, I've been cool with you ever since my freshman year, We didn't live by each other, but now we're able to see each other. So I just want to know, is this my opportunity to finally, like, get with you? And I'm like, baby, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, okay, like, just let me know because I really like you, this, and the third. I'm like, okay. I was just like, okay. So now we're laying down, right? And we're chilling or whatever, right? So my back is against his front again at this point, right? So this nigga, right, grabs, y'all, my back is against his front, y'all. He comes from around, grabs my whole face, y'all, turns my whole face, and he starts kissing me. Now, bitch, that shit threw me completely off. That threw me completely off. I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like, bro, I'm just trying to kiss you, right? So boom, he's kissing me or whatever, right? And he kissed me on my lip, y'all. And I was so thrown off, y'all, to the point the kiss wasn't even it, y'all. The kiss was not it. And I hate dudes that try to do too much when they kiss, y'all. Because the thing about me, I consider myself a great kisser. If you ask me, baby, I consider myself a great kisser. But the thing about me, you cannot do too much when it comes to kissing me. That whole, like, trying to put your tongue down my, baby, like, it's like, I don't know, with kissing to me, you have to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You have to feel it, and your energy has to match my energy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be going too fast doing the most and expect for me to be doing the most also with you if I'm not feeling it like that, if that makes sense. So he was trying to do too much, put his tongue down my throat, like too much, and I just was not feeling it, y'all. So he's kissing me, and then he pauses and he looks at me, he's like, you can't kiss. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, boy, the reason I can't kiss because I don't want to kiss you. I didn't say that to him, y'all. But I'm like, boy, like, not you thought you ate. Like, not you thought you ate telling me, oh, I can't kiss. Boy, I can kiss. The thing is, I don't want to kiss you. That's why it's giving I can't kiss. So, boom. Like, we finished kissing. And at that point, I just moved my face. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep. So, he's like, okay, right? So, again, y'all, he's filling up on me, right? And he was like, oh, and then he starts feeling on my butt. So he's like, oh my goodness, like, you're thick as fuck now. You're so thick now, Like, back in middle school and back in high school, like, you weren't even thick. You really had a pancake booty. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Because you know how that made me feel. Why would you say that? Like, why would you sit up here and say that back in high school and back in middle school, I had a pancake booty? Why would you even say that? You feel me? So I ain't gonna lie, I took that to the heart, child. I don't even know why I took that to the heart. Because usually I'm the type of person, I laugh about everything. But I took that to the heart because, boy, not you thought you, like, why did you say that? You know what I'm saying? It was just giving, why did you say that? Like, you really thought you ate? What was the point of you saying that? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, you had a pancake booty back in middle school and high school, but now you got all that ass behind you, But as soon as he said that, I was like, what? And it wasn't like he was saying, like, he didn't say it in a joking way. He said it being like he was dead ass serious, y'all. He said it like dead serious, no laugh, no chuckle, no nothing. He just said it dead serious. That's why I think I took it to offense. So as soon as he said that, I'm like, okay. So I'm just laying down. I just go straight to sleep, right? So I go straight to sleep. Yeah, I had my alarm set for 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all, because I was ready to go at that point. I was ready to go. I had my alarm set up at 7 o'clock. I didn't have nothing to do that day. Didn't have to go to work or nothing, y'all. None of that, right? So comes 7 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, right? And he's already up looking at me. And I turn, I look at him, I'm like, bro, you good? He's like, yeah, I was just admiring you sleeping. Okay. So I get up, I get my stuff together, this, and that, third. I check my bag so I ain't got no roaches in my bag so I don't bring no roaches to my house. So I grab all my stuff, y'all, and I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to bolt out that door, right? He's like, oh, I want you to meet my grandma. Nah, baby, I ain't trying to meet Grams. I'm not trying to meet Grams, baby. I'm not trying to meet Grams. I'm not trying to meet your grandma. Because I'm never going to come back. You're not going to put an illusion in your grandma's head that me and you go together, baby, because we don't. You feel me? So he was like, I want you to meet my grandma, this and that, third. She's outside. I just want you to say hi to her. I want you to meet her. Man, I'm like, all right, cool, right? So we're walking towards the door, right? And we're walking towards the door. His grandma not outside. Thank the Lord, right? So I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, oh, I don't know where she at. Maybe next time when you come, you could meet her. I'm like, all right, cool. So he walks me to my car or whatever, right? And I get into my car and he was like, I had a wonderful night with you. Like, when's the next time you're going to be back? I'm like, I don't know. Because, I'm always busy. I got to go to work a lot. So I don't know when I'm going to see you again. And he was like, oh, well, just let me know. I'm going to text you. Call me when you make it. Like, he said, call me when you make it home. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get into my car. I'll tell you, I go into my motherfucking car. He tried to kiss me. I was like, oh, no, I got morning breath. I'm like, y'all, he tried to come in, he tried to kiss me, y'all. And I'm like, oh no, baby, I got morning breath. I'm trying to like blow that bitch. I'm like, oh no, baby, I got morning breath. So I can't kiss you right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's giving morning breath. He was like, I don't care, like just come and kiss me. He grabs my face, he gives me one kiss, and he was like, oh my goodness, I really enjoy my night. I can't wait to see you again. And I'm like, oh, me too. Then he was like, drive safe. So I'm like, all right, yeah. Once y'all put out bitch, once y'all put my shit in motherfucking reverse. I put my car in reverse so quick, and I drove off fast as fuck, y'all. I drove off so fucking fast, y'all. So boom, before I even get to my house, y'all, because it was around like a 30-minute drive, right? Before I even get to my house, he texts me, right? And he was like, oh my goodness, I enjoyed my night. Hopefully I get to see you again, this and the third. And then he sends me a picture of the bonnet. And he's like, oh, I actually found the bonnet. And I didn't text back, y'all. And then about like 20 minutes later, he texts my phone again. He was like, bruh, I need you to spend like a whole 2 days with me. Like you have to, this and the third. Y'all, I non-reply. Every single message after that, y'all, I non-reply to anything he said, y'all. And the only reason I remembered to tell this story time, y'all, is because just recently, I would say probably like 2 weeks ago, y'all, he texted me and he's talking about when are you going to spend the night again? Baby, never, y'all. So when he said that, y'all, I blocked him. I unfollowed him off of Instagram, baby. We don't got nothing else to talk about. We don't have a fucking thing else to talk about, baby, because you violated, y'all, and he violated on multiple stuff. Your shower was dirty. First of all, you lied on your grandma. You lied on your grandma and saying that your grandma is a clean freak, but your shower is dirty. One, your room looks a hot mess, y'all. And I wish I would have took pictures of his room, y'all. Room looks a hot mess. This whole night was just crazy, y'all. All right, y'all. That was the story time about my worst sneaky link ever, y'all. And I told y'all, I take the cake when it comes to worst sneaky links ever, y'all. So if y'all like the video, make sure you leave a like. Go ahead and comment and subscribe if you want more. And I hope y'all have a good, blessed day, y'all. See y'all later. Bye. Love y'all.